Fred Barstein with 401k TV in our continuing series on the top 10 mistakes that plan sponsors make according to advisors. I'm here with attorney Sarah Ivy with the firm Fisher Broyles. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, Fred.
Sarah has been practicing ERISA since 1998. She is a renowned speaker and expert in ERISA, legal strategist. Okay, if we ask you a few questions.
Absolutely.
So the seventh biggest mistake, according to advisors, is the wrong definition of compensation. So, Sarah, what are some of the mistakes that you see your clients making in defining compensation for the purposes of their 401k or 403b plan?
Sure. Well, the largest mistake is defining it one way in the plan and then not administering it that way
In the plan document?
Yeah. Excuse me. So compensation can be defined essentially three different ways. You've got a compensation definition for annual additions, a compensation definition for testing purposes, and a compensation definition for top-heavy testing. So depending on what you're administering, whether it's contributions, non-discrimination testing, you have to make sure that you're using the appropriate definition of compensation.
Right. And so what are some of the things that include compensation? Certainly salary. What else?
Salary, bonuses, commissions, overtime, fringe benefits can be included in some cases, depending on the definition.
Does it vary by temporary employees versus a full-time, or that's just the same?
It really depends on what the plan says. That's standard ERISA answer. It really depends on what the plan
So that you
says.
can define it differently in the plan.
I haven't seen it. In
so it
honesty, I usually see temporary full-time employees all using the same definitions of compensation.
So what happens if there is some discrepancy between the way that they define compensation in the plan documents and then the way it's actually administered?
That's a qualification error. It affects the plan's qualification. So, for example, if you're defining compensation as all W-2 income, wages, salary, bonuses, etc., but only permitting elective deferrals on wages, you're not following the terms of the plan. That's an operational defect that affects the qualification of the plan.
So when you say qualification, is it the plan in jeopardy of being totally disqualified?
It is.
And then everyone has to disgorge all of the money?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
So what should plan sponsors be doing to avoid that?
I recommend first confirming that they're using the appropriate definition of compensation for each administration activity under the plan.
Just review, compare.
Review it, compare it, make sure you're using the right definition of compensation set forth in the plan document.
Right.
If you're not, then we need to determine whether or not we've got an error that requires correction under the employee plan's compliance resolution system.
Right.
That involves a filing to the IRS requesting essentially forgiveness for failing to follow the terms of the plan document, maybe paying a small filing fee, fine, etc., but either retroactively amending the plan or making up the contributions that weren't appropriately made as a result of the compensation definition error.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for your time today. Thank you for watching 401k TV, our series on the 10 biggest mistakes that plan sponsors make according to advisors. That was number 7. Stay tuned.